Children of God, God can permit all these things, all this situation, because He wants you to learn, He wants you to grow. As a father, the scripture says that a father chastises a son that he loves. And so when you chastise your children, it does not mean that you hate them. And so when they are going through things, does it mean that you don't love them anymore? Does it mean that your presence has departed from them? No. It's because they need to learn, they need to grow, they need to know how to handle issues, because there's always issues in life. As you're growing, things must come. You know, when you're a young man or a young woman, you can just stroll to a suya spot, buy suya, and then buy drink, and you can go to bed with it. Okay, but when you become a father, okay, these are the issues. You have to think of how to buy food, so that somebody else can. You cannot stroll to the bus stop and get suya and get drink, and then you go to bed. Okay, so when this time comes, how will you handle it? So you see why the father need to allow children. That's the way God allowed things to come to us. I've come across some parents that they will do everything for their children. I remember when Kevin was, I think around 8 or 10 of that, I used to have house help. My husband called me one. He was very angry. He said, "Why are you still letting somebody to bait this boy?" Because I had domestic staff then. Let him start baiting himself. I didn't even see that. And he was right. I still remember the way I would love to treat my children. You will overlove them, and then they won't even know how to handle anything again. Do you know some parents, the child will be 10 years old, they are still giving that child socks, wearing socks and giving the child shoes. I remember the first time Kewe needed to leave Lagos and go and do a university screening exam. I'll ask my husband, I say, "Are you not going to go with him?" He said, "Becky, is Kewe a child? Is he a baby?" Do you understand? So that's how God is. He wants us to learn. He wants us to grow stronger, because the issues of life, the challenges of life will not stop coming. You see, mommy, you see this accommodation problem? God will give you your own house and give you another tenant. Okay? How will you deal with your tenants if you don't have this experience? That's the way it is. Yes. Yeah, I know. God bring all these things. They always come. Somebody was sharing with me. He said things are so hard with us. I have to use my car to do taxi. I said, "Hey, you should thank God that you have a car to do taxi." We have done that. You understand me? So God bring all these things around us so that you have story. If there's no story, there will be no glory. Do we understand that? I even see parents who go and pay for special center for their children to write exam. I'm sorry for them.